and good evening, everyone. I've got Jodie McSkimming with me today, and she's one of the unsung heroes of the level 4 lockdown, in that Jodie is a self-employed travel broker with Fuzion Travel. And it's been pretty tough for you, Jodie, hasn't it? Because you've been working flat out and not getting paid. Tell us what it was like.
Yeah. So, pre-COVID, things were going swimmingly, great. And then mid-March, things hit the fan pretty much. And it was the day that Trump announced that the US borders were shutting. The whole world seemed to go into a frenzy and turn shut down. So I literally had hundreds of bookings just staring me in the face. It was just overwhelming. I had anxious clients ringing me, worried about, what was going to happen with their holidays for a start. And secondly, would they get any money back for their holidays? So, because we all know now that COVID has happened, travel insurance does not cover a pandemic, which, who knew that? So, I had to put a system in place. So I had to set out departure date order for my clients, and I just had to work through one by one so I could give each individual client the attention and focus that they deserved, to get them the best result and outcome possible for their trip. So that's what I did. I sent out a generic email to my whole client base who had a holiday booked, and just let them know that that is how I was working, but of course contact me should they need to or have any questions. So that worked really well. On top of that though, schools were shut down, so I had to do the homeschooling, family life, juggling it with work. So yeah, it was pretty tough.
How many children do you have?
Pardon?
How many children do you have?
I've got 2 daughters, so they are 9 and 7. So they needed my help with the homeschool. Yeah, so yeah.
What hours were you doing?
So I was pretty much getting up at 6 a.m. and working, most of the day right up till 10, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was huge hours for 100% loss of income. And I'm not, just to give you an idea of how I work, I'm 100% commission based. So contrary to what people might think, I don't charge the client commission. So for example, you book a airfare to the UK that costs $2,000 online, my price will be the same, if not cheaper, and the airline will pay me a commission out of that amount.
Yeah.
So, when I'm refunding my clients the money back, I'm also having to pay back the airlines and the hotels their commissions as well. Yeah. So I'm effectively, I've been losing money,
Yeah.
which hasn't been ideal.
Yeah, I know. Incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing. And what sort of refunds did the clients get?
So at the start of all of this, the airlines were really good, and they were starting out giving clients refunds. And that soon stopped after a few days because they were having to give so much money back. So they then turned to credit. So a lot of most airlines now will be giving a credit, aside from probably what you've read on the news. If you are flying to the US or via the US, you are able to get a refund now. But and amongst all that, I personally decided not to charge my clients a cancellation fee. Yes, I'd spent hours creating their holidays and hours cancelling their holiday, but I decided I would rather give my client all the money back, and hopefully they'll be clients for life and refer me to friends, families, colleagues, and I'll be super busy post-COVID. So, yeah.
When do you think people could start planning an overseas trip, or is that jumping the gun?
It's a tough one because no one knows. there is a timeline of when things should start. The Trans-Tasman bubble thing, they are hoping 3 to 6 months away. The Pacific Islands, I think they said at least 6 months because of their health infrastructure over there. It's not great. UK and Asia, they are saying the first quarter of 2021. And the US,
So that's about 6 months, 7 months. Yeah.
Yeah, US not until the end of next year, the talk is. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's tough because people now are going to be wary. You know, what if we book a holiday now and, you know, we don't want to give away this money and get a credit back if this, you know, if it keeps happening. So I think we as agents will be selling a lot more refundable product. So the client pays a higher price, but they have that assurance that they will get their money back if they wanted to cancel for any reason.
What about some other destinations? People have asked me about Canada, the Mediterranean, I suppose.
Yeah, so they are all probably the first or second quarter of 2021.
Well, then you should probably start planning it now, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you do. I mean, the best part is planning, isn't it?
Oh, it is. That's the exciting part. But I don't know. I just think until there's a vaccine, things may be a little bit slow, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, let's just put up your details. I'll share the screen that I've got with your information on it, so that people can see a little bit about you. And this is something that I mean, there's a phone number, there's an email address there, and you've had 16 years experience and so on. And you're a broker, which means you're not tied into any one group, are you?
I am with the World Travellers Group. So what a broker means is effectively I am self-employed and I contract myself out to World Travellers.
Right. Okay. Lovely. All right. Well, there's that for people that want to support a local business. Jodie, what about local travel? That's likely that'll open up earlier. What can people be planning for there?
Yeah, so I'm currently in the early stages of putting together some domestic packages. I'm just trying to make them a little bit unique and relatable to people. So that's, yeah, hopefully I will be advertising those within the next week. It's a little bit still up in the air at the moment because, as you know, the Air New Zealand domestic networks aren't fully operational yet. So I'm restricted as to where I can sell these packages to. But yeah, I think Kiwis will be keen to explore their own backyard, and there's some beautiful places around New Zealand. So it's quite exciting. It's funny, I know a lot about international travel, but nothing about New Zealand travel. So it's going to be good for me too.
Oh, you're learning.
Yeah.
Really fast.
Yeah.
So have you had quite a bit of experience traveling internationally yourself?
Yeah. I try and get away 2 to 3 times a year to somewhere different that I've never been before. So, and we try and do a family holiday once a year as well. So, yeah.
Great. I mean, we had a trip to the Hermitage that we cancelled at the beginning of the lockdown. Do you know if, for instance, the Hermitage is likely to open up again at some stage?
The Mount Cook.
Yeah, Mount Cook.
As far as I know, that's shut down, hasn't it? So
yes,
I'm sure they will open again, but who knows as to when, because I know a lot of the staff lived in Twizel and that was their whole purpose of living there. So yeah, who knows? I'm hoping all these places shutting down will definitely reopen. Definitely.
Cool. Jodie, just lastly, do you have any tours specifically for farmers or farming?
Yes, farm tours. I work with a company called Farm to Farm Tours. So they operate set farm tour departures to the likes of the Chatham Islands, South America, Australia, quite a few places. And they are in the midst of putting together a North Island farm trip for South Island farmers,
Yeah.
which they plan to go ahead in October, November, which isn't ideal because it's lambing season. But I think they are aiming for the more semi-retired farmer with a bit more time on their hands,
Yep.
possibly get away from the farm. So I can definitely offer some tours through these guys. They also tailor make tours.
Yep.
So if you've got a group of more than 10 people,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got a specific destination and time of year you want to go, that can be created however you like. Yeah. Hunting tours, though, I will be able to offer hunting tours. Just no one in mind at this stage.
Cool. All right. Look, I'll put up your details again, Jodie. But just while I'm doing that, is there anything you could leave listeners with in terms of travel-related information?
Gosh, I think just everyone keep doing what they're doing, and keep following the rules, and hopefully we'll beat this thing and travel will resume as soon as it's safe to do so, which hopefully is sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I think we're well off, aren't we? If we look at internationally,
Yeah.
we're well off, and it's just a matter of combining in with some other countries who have done well and creating some travel bubbles, perhaps.
Yeah. I know the likes of Iceland, they've already started letting people in from other parts of Europe. You get a test done when you arrive at the airport, stay one night at an airport hotel, and you have your results the next morning. So
that's basically an overnight quarantine. That's not too bad, is it?
Yeah.
Well, we've got lots of things to look forward to, I'm sure, as those sort of things happen over the next few months.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Jodie. It's been really nice talking to you, and best of luck with the recovery, both in travel but also in your business. And let's hope you get some of those dollars coming in before too long.
Thanks, Rhodes.